That was deep.
That was really crazy. Yeah, yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, you know what? I feel like it's necessary that we speak on it, absolutely. Then let's just see if it gets cut off again, because that was quite interesting.
Well, you said it. You did say his name again, and it didn't cut off. So.
Well, I didn't say his name yet.
Yeah, you said it. You said when I talked about D'Angelo, it didn't cut off. It stayed on. Yeah. You said it. You said
but when I was speaking, it cut off specifically when I started speaking about your relationship to him. I said I had to agree with him.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody's dealing with it. It's been a crazy experience. Really, my condolences to the family. Angie and Dee passed away within the same year, so really, my thoughts and prayers go out to the fam. And we were all like a very tight knit family, so it's very tough to deal with. Everybody's just.
When did you meet him? If you don't mind me asking, and if you don't want to talk about this as well,
we can talk about it briefly because I do want to say like publicly, I haven't been on social since it happened. So you're the first person I actually spoke to about it on social media, but I do want to say thank you, D. He took me out of the Fort Greene projects on the road and changed my life. So had not have been for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And we always trained throughout the years. I think that was 25, 30 years ago. We remained good friends. We, did my son's first guitar lesson. It was D that taught him. So he's like a part of the family. So big loss. He was family.
Did you get him ready for? How does it feel?
I got him in shape for the Untitled video, and I was training his publicist, Chris Chambers. Shout out to Chris. And Chris Chambers also went on to do some incredible things. He's super big time now, so it was good to see everybody from that alumni. But Chris Chambers, D'Angelo noticed him in the studio, said, "What are you doing?" So I'm training with this guy, Mark Jenkins, and they wanted him to come from behind the piano and really physically articulate his music. And we met, and D was very interested in the process. Although he had never done it before, he took a chance and listened to everything I said. I was a very young, new trainer 30 years ago, and the result was the Untitled video, and that was the video. And then they took me on the road, and that got me out of the Fort Greene projects. And then, the rest is pretty much history. We've been rocking off and on ever since. So, yeah.
So was it also word of mouth? Because I would say that most of my clients have come from word of mouth. So, me working with Dr. Sabi connected me with Common, and Common connected me with Serena and Venus, and it just kept kind of going on like that. Was that the case? Did you start working with him and then just ended up meeting?
Well, once
how did that work?
Well, I was working on manifesting becoming a celebrity trainer for years and years before that. That's why I ended up in the projects, because I was training everybody for free. So I ended up living in the projects in Fort Greene. I'm from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, but I ended up living when I got out the military in the project because I really had no money. I was jumping over the turnstile back then to go to work. So when I was training D'Angelo, I was jumping over the turnstile to go to go to work and train him. But I was building. I had this plan, and I trained everybody for free. And I would train everybody who was I would train the way I got Mary J. Blige. I trained her A&R's barber. I trained him free for a year and a half, and that got me to the A&R, and then trained him for a year and a half, and that was able to get me to Mary J. Blige. So I would have these projects, and they would take years.
Talk about that. Now, this is
what?
Sorry, I just want to take a moment just to speak about that, because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of my opportunities came from me giving, not me just trying to receive. I didn't get the opportunities that I got by just wishing for them. Yes, I thought about them. I saw them. I felt them. But I also made movements to get to it. And I had to put a lot of skin in the game. The first clients that I worked with, Malcolm Jamal Warner, De La Soul, I made food for them for free.
Yeah, exactly.
It was an honor.
Yeah, especially when you're an unproven entity. You in your mind may think you're the best ever, but no one else knows. sometimes you got to put that free work in. And even now, if it's someone I really want to target, I'm like, listen, I'll give you a week for free. If you don't see anything happening, then it's fine. We're cool. We're good to go. Commit to the week. It's something that, because no one turns down free. Free will always give you access. So you guys out there, you're looking to get paid and get access. It usually don't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
So free will always get you access. So that's a good tip for you. If you can be humble enough to actually offer, and also if you're competent enough, if you're that good, where you can train somebody for free, and then they'd be like, "Damn, I gotta pay you. You're so good." You also have to have the skill level to quantify that. So that's not going to work for you if you're not on a certain level skill wise.
Exactly. You have to be able to back it up. If you're going to say, "Hey, please,"
you got to be able to. You got to be able to back it up. So if you're whack, don't come back to me and say, "I took your advice, it didn't work for me," and you're whack.
Exactly.
Right. Basically,
Exactly. And for me, it's like that. I would think about Common. The first time I gave him food, it was at the Merriweather Post Pavilion. Daryl Brooks did a big concert with Erykah Badu and Janelle Monáe and Common and the crew, right? And I begged Daryl, "Can I please make food for the artists in the back, please?" And I was paying for all the food that I made. And I drove out there, an hour to get to the venue, a cake, and every individual had their stuff. And when I gave it to Common, I could tell by the way, just like the glaze over it, that he wasn't going to eat my food. He was very kind. He took a picture. It was like everybody else was tearing it up. Erykah put her hand in my cake with her hand and just.
He didn't eat any of it.
I knew he wasn't. But a year later, again, here's another thing: is trusting, having faith. I had faith. I said, okay, somehow I knew that it would come back around. I chilled. Guess what? I'm working with Dr. Sabi. They let me know that Common was a chef in Baltimore. He was filming a movie called Love. And I ended up getting the opportunity to work with him then. But even in that process, right, it's levels of access. When I first started working with him, I was just dropping off food, dropping off meals, which I don't prefer. I'm like a chef. Like I need to plate it. I need to give you the experience. It had time and temperature. Like, how are you heating this back up?
Right.
All of those things. And so when I had the opportunity to actually meet him in person, I was like, "Can I please? I'm glad you like the food. Is it possible that I can serve it to you, that I can plate it for you?" And just by me doing that and being prepared, because I had all this, like, these platters and these beautiful things to set up in his trailer. And that gave me the full opportunity. I've been working with him since 2009 or 10,
Yeah.
That. But anyway, I wanted to keep going. I just was that point of being able to share. I was always taught that God gives to the giver and takes from the taker. Above all, let your word be your bond. And so, that being said, I think that seems like a foundational piece in your movements.
Yeah, that's something that I've always, at any given time, and I've been training people for over 30 years. There's no time where I don't have just maybe 3 to 4 clients I'm training for free just because they really need it. For no other reason. No celebrity. We're not posting on Instagram, making a project out of it. Just people who really are morbidly obese and really have some health issues or high blood pressure that just need some help and just happen to Instagram me, and the story was compelling. So it's something that I always practice, throughout the years of 30 years, because I just feel grateful to be doing what I like to do for the last 35 years, it's a blessing for me. So I just try to give it back to people the best I can,
What was your most successful moment? What was like where you were like, "Oh my God, I freaking made it"?
What's funny? I think I was still living in the projects when the Untitled video came out. So I was watching it on TV, and I think VH1 or MTV did did a special on it of me getting them in shape. So I was featured on MTV as I was living in the project. So it was quite surreal, interesting back and forth. But when I saw myself on, it might have been MTV or VH1. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, wow, this is really, it's interesting. This is really happening. It's cool. But when I have my supplement kit in GNC, so many moments, so many times,
So
or
when
even
you said
with
your supplement kit and GNC,
in GNC, that was a big
that's
one.
huge.
Yeah, that was 2003, 2004. So a lot of you see yourself in the store. I think that was like damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, that was
That's
interesting.
me.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, that's me.
Is
Yeah.
it like a cutout of you? Like,
Yeah, it was a cutout and shit. No, yeah. It was funny. So,
I
yeah.
don't know if it was a cutout.
Yeah,
Oh
it was a
my
cutout.
God.
Yeah, so that
Oh
was
my
cool.
God.
It was so many great experiences, and all my clients. And then right after D, or at the same time, the video dropped, and then Mary called me. I finally got to Mary from doing my barber to the A&R to getting to Mary, and she took me on the road. And I had been training Mary for 17 years. Mary J. Blige, guys.
And
MJB.
what
Just I
was
say
that?
Mary. People don't know who I'm talking about. MJB.
MJB, okay. No hateration in this dancery.
And
No
shout out to
play.
Mary, and those two took me around the world, man. Like literally, it was unbelievable. I'd be in France one day training Mary, Paris. It was from coming from the hood and just living in the projects. The same, 2 months ago, and then to just be flying private. Like, oh shit, shit was crazy. Yeah, it's an interesting time. Yeah, it was an interesting time. Interesting time. And I was coming out of the Gulf War prior to that, so I went from the war to the projects to the
War? What do you mean
to
you come from the war?
to the private jets. Yeah, it was crazy.
What do you mean you came from the war?
I was in the Navy. That's how I started training people. Yeah.
You never know that?
Yeah. I was in the Navy. I was in the Gulf War for you. I joined when I was 17.
Really?
Yep, because I was getting bullied every day in the hood, and I had big man boobs and a 45-inch waist, and I knew I wasn't going to survive. So out of desperation, I ran past the instructor, the recruitment center, right? And I said, yo, I'm too fat for the Marines. Can't fuck with this. And then I was like, nope, the Army, it's too much in shape. Can't fuck with that. And then it was between the Navy and the Air Force. And the Navy guy, when he saw I was fat, he was like, yo, they got McDonald's on the ships, man. You can eat McDonald's every time. You join the Navy. And I was like, word, son? And he was like, yeah, word, they got me. And I joined the Navy for the fucking McDonald's. At 17. And that's a true, but however, there are no McDonald's on the ship. That's a lie. When I got to the ship, I was looking. They sent me all around the ship. I was like, yo, where's the McDonald's? Where's the McDonald's? So they sent me all around the ship. There's no McDonald's on the ship. Yeah, they got me. For the McDonald's.
So funny. Really excited.
That would get me through boot camp. I was just thinking about that McDonald's. I said, oh shit, that would get me through all the training, all the push-ups, and then I finally got to the ship. They were laughing, but everybody, I guess they tell people that often because everybody just kept going along with it. I was like, yo, where's the McDonald's? I go to one place, I guess they were calling ahead. I don't know how they were doing it, but somebody kept misdirecting me to someplace else. I was like at the bottom of the ship or the aircraft carrier looking for the fucking McDonald's for like 2 hours. Nah, you went through the wrong hatch. Come back up. Funny. Yeah.
It's comedy.
And so I had a friend who was going to get kicked out the military. So my transformation, like I had maybe a C cup, 45-inch waist, barely made it, couldn't do 10 push-ups, couldn't finish any runs, nothing, barely made it through boot camp. I saw some buff dudes when they sent me to school in Meridian, Mississippi. And interestingly enough, at that time, that was 1988, we could not leave the base because it was KKK in Meridian, Mississippi. And they told us if you leave the base, you're on your own. So we were at this camp going to school. Just to show how fascinating it is that you can sacrifice your life for the country, but they can't protect you outside of the base. I just wanted to make that point, how interesting was going on, the racial climate at that time in the military. So I saw some buff dudes, and I was like, listen, can I train with you guys? And they were like, yo, we're doing this, we're doing that. Why should we train with you? And I was like, bro, I haven't seen my you know what in like 2 or 3 years, man. I just want to get my stomach down so I can see my shit. My stomach was coming out past my shit. I said, yo, please, these guys felt sorry for me. They trained me, but their training is when you squat and punch you in the stomach, military shit. By the end of that, I was 250 pounds, 29-inch waist, 22-inch arms. But more importantly, I could look a man in the eye. I could get girls. And I had a friend of mine going to get kicked out the military because he was overweight. And I trained him. And then that got me training all the overweight people in the military. And that's how I started training people. But so I finished the go for it. Yeah.
Before picture that we could see that you got access to.
I burned most of them, but there are a few around. There's a few lying around. I have to post one day. I got some fat boys. I do it every now and then. There's one or two that I have that I always post every couple of months.
I want to see. That is powerful.
Oh yeah. So that's how I got into fitness. I was no type of athlete to begin with. Nothing.
So you had a C cup. You were
had a strong C.
A strong C. Wow. And you transformed. How long did it take?
So I joined in '88. By the time, like a year and a half. Maybe a year and a half, because we didn't. There wasn't much science. We didn't know about nutrition. It was just train till you throw up. Military. Run till you throw up. Lift as hard as you can. Eat some more. Hardcore training. Training.
So what were you eating?
Running with boots on. Well, that's a good part about the military. It's unlimited food. So, because you're there on base, your food is free, so you can eat as much as you want. So I was eating maybe 5,000 calories a day, a lot of protein, a lot of chicken, a lot of fish, a lot of veggies, a lot of white potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of high glycemic stuff as well. Because it's military, so it wasn't super healthy at the time either, but enough to give me protein to put the size on. So yeah, it was life-changing experience, life-changing.
Wow. Okay. And then how long after that? So then you met D'Angelo.
So I did the Gulf War. I got out the Gulf. I said, fuck that, I'm finished. They were like, man, you could retire, be 20 years, you're only 17. You'll be finished by 37. I was like, nah, I can't support a racist organization. That's when I woke up. Because then you're in other places and you got other black people asking you, yo, why are you fighting us? You the same skin color as us. I'd be in Pakistan or this place and that place. I was having all these experiences, as I was going to adulthood and manhood at the same time. And I was like, nah, I want to go be a civil rights activist. So I'm leaving the military and I want to go be a lawyer. No interest in trading, so I got a job in the post office because it continues military time. You still get the benefits, right? So I got a job in the post office, and they were giving me wild extra mail because I was more bigger than everybody else. I was breaking down the truck, like, yo, this shit is crazy. I was complaining to my gym manager one day, and he was like, Mark, you know so much about lifting. Why don't you be a personal trainer? And I was like, nah, man, I don't want to be a lawyer. This shit is corny, da-da-da. He's like, well, and the gym happened to be on 50th Street. If any of you guys are from New York, between 8th and 9th Avenue, Worldwide Plaza. So within this gym, and it's still there, but it's a different gym, there was Motown, there was Disney, there were all of these corporations right in the same complex. So all the people going to this gym were high-level executives, And that's how I got a lot of my clients, because I would... I didn't know who the hell they were. I'm coming from the military, so anybody who had nice purse or nice shoes, I figured they had money, I'd offer to train them for free. And I said, I train you 4 times a week for free. And they're like, Mark, what can I do for you? I said, I just want a free lunch. So they give me a free lunch, which I needed. And in the free lunch, I would ask them, yo, how do you start a company? If you wanted to be a high-level trainer, how would you do it? And I would just take notes. And that went on until from 1993 to 2000. I did that for free, jumped over the turnstile, had no money, only ate Uncle Ben's brown rice, frozen vegetables, and mackerel, because that's all the money I could afford. I was living in the projects. And I did that from 1993 to 2000 until I got my break with D'Angelo to get out the projects. But I had trained so many people for free, I had an infrastructure, you know what I mean? So I had trained the publicist for free. I had trained the photographer for free. I had all of these inroads. All I needed was actually a breakthrough client. So, I set myself up. But you learn this shit in the military. It's like infiltration, operation. So, I was coming from a war, so I was fully empowered. And I had my own fitness journey I got in shape. So I didn't have any doubt that if I kept on doing it in that methodical way, it might take 10 years, it might take 15 years, but
it was gonna
inevitably happen because it's what do you call it? The tipping point.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you keep going, you reach the tipping point.
Absolutely.
With strategy. Don't just keep going recklessly. You have to, have a plan.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yep, and that's how I did it. Yeah.
And so your big break was in 2000 with D'Angelo. You got him ready for.
Well, my first celebrity client was Brandy. That's what gave me the idea.
I wanna be down.
My first celebrity client was Brandy, and that's how I got the idea to start looking for targeting celebrities. And then Chris Chambers got after that. Brandy was all of 12 years old, and we looked so crazy in the gym. I was 250 pounds jacked. It was very funny. And her mom was like, that is my young daughter. If anything happens to my daughter, my daughter is 12. I forgot how old she was, but mom was very scary. Yeah.
Not the mom very scary.
She's like, I don't want you playing with my daughter. Yeah, my daughter's training. She's my baby. You better take care of her. Yeah, she was very much. Yeah,
as she should be.
Yeah, as she should be. The mom didn't play.
As she should be.
She got the Moesha show, and then I think I trained her for like 2 weeks or something. Short trip, but that got the idea in my mind because that boosted me up to $70 an hour. I was training Brandy for $70 an hour, and that was big money for me because a private training session was $13 an hour. To work on the floor was $8 an hour, so I was making no money. That's why I was living in the projects. Mm-hmm. So it got into my mind after her. I was like, damn, if I get 10 clients, that's $700. I'm rich. I did it. I got it. So then I started targeting people who are asking them, oh, you're a publicist for who, and this and that and the other. And then Chris Chambers, thankfully, I put a lot of mass on him. He was a slim guy, and I might have put 20, 30 pounds of muscle on him. And he was D'Angelo's publicist, and that's what happened. Like I said, yeah. So it took it wasn't overnight, guys. It wasn't overnight. That was from 93 to 2000 living on North Portland between Myrtle and Park in the projects, Fort Greene. Shout out to the Fort Greene Park. They should see me working out every morning. They gave me a break. I was training hard. Nobody robbed me. Nobody killed me. They saw I was working out. So that was good. So shout out to Fort Greene. They gave me a break. They saw our brother was working hard. So they gave me a pass.
It's nice now.
Yeah, nah. And you can't come into the projects. You don't know nobody like that. You're not from the neighborhood. You guaranteed to have but everybody saw I was training. Nobody, he's getting up 5 o'clock in the morning working out. So shout out to everybody. They were really, I felt like they were with me.
I love that.
I felt like the community was with me, and I used to beat up a lot of their kids. The kids be in the park, I make them work out, So yeah. So always have some fun beating up the kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So wait, you just randomly moved to Fort Greene out of nowhere, and you were just in another project?
No, I had a girlfriend. I had a girl, and we were in the projects. Yeah. Mhm. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. How dangerous that could be when you're with a girl who's from that project and you're not from that project. It's not. I wouldn't recommend it, guys. And you're not from that building, I wouldn't recommend that. From that neighborhood, yeah. But like I said, everybody seemed to, they were rocking with me. I didn't have too many issues.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would you say to anyone who is currently moving in the realm of health and wellness, specifically as a trainer or wanting to open up a gym or just get into some kind of training? What advice would you give to them? It seems like you gave them quite a bit, but if there was anything you could say to help people along the way.
I always, my focus was on what can I give more to the client, and I kept that focus on what can I give more to the people. So a lot of times, there's plenty of times where I've gotten $100,000 to train a client, but I didn't have that expertise. So 60 of that I spent getting the right person to work with the person I was training. I could have just did it myself and kept all the money. For example, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So a lot of times, things like that, because I knew I would make more money in the long run if I gave a better service to the client. Mm-hmm. So if you do it like that, so I try to, the companies that I'm aligned with, it's the best product, the products are in the proper recommended dosage. I really try to do my best to give the client, and also at times I know people are really looking at me like they trust me. Oh, he trained this celebrity, that, so I really feel, some type of way. I don't want them to feel like, damn, there's somebody I looked up to and they took my money and I didn't get the result, or, they sold me some snake oil. So I would tell people that, like, make sure, because there's so many coaches now and everybody's an expert in this space and that space, but, master your craft and then try to do 100% in every person you encounter. My free sessions are on the same level as my $500, $1,000 an hour sessions. It's the same session. It's no less quality. So everybody I'm training is like it's Beyonce.
Period. Okay, and to that point, what I'm very excited about, guys, is that the upcoming 21-day journey is happening on November 3rd, Monday, November 3rd. That's when we start. And Mark is going to be sharing a really powerful masterclass with us. It's going to be very fun, not just fitness, but really speaking to the pillars of wellness and from his vantage point. And it's going to be outstanding. We're going to have 3 classes once every week, and that is going to be a one-off that you can have available for you all to purchase. So I'll let you all know when the link is live, but I'm really excited about that because Mark, he's come and he's taught on the journey, I think twice, maybe once or twice before, right?
Maybe once, I think? Yeah, once.
Once, I think, we're in Tulum, when I was in Tulum.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's been a while. And we're really honored to have him back. And I'm doing things a little different on this in particular journey because I'm making it free for you to join the basic journey. But if you really want to partake in some of the master classes that are going to be happening, you'll be able to purchase those a la carte. So tap into that. And can you share with them a little bit about what you're going to be sharing during your classes? Just touch on it, just a sprinkle.
No, yeah, I'll do something sprinkle, like, because it's quite easy to get somebody in shape. It's hard to stay in shape because you don't integrate it into your lifestyle. So we're going to look at the 8 components of your life: your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your social, your occupational, your financial, your intellectual, and your social. We're going to look at all of those aspects, and we're going to, because you have to have a certain level of wellness in each quadrant to be 100% well. And then we're going to talk about how your physical wellness plays a part in all of those components. So even if you guys are not interested in working out and you're not motivated to do it, or you're not motivated to eat right, or invest in yourself in clean, healthy, organic, non-GMO foods and spend that extra money, you're going to understand, hopefully, in that 8 Pillars of Wellness masterclass, how that is going to translate into you making more money, because it's giving you more time functioning at optimal. So stuff like that. Stuff like that, yeah.
So anyway, y'all, make sure you sign up if you're interested in joining the 21-day journey. I know that I have so many messages to reply to, and I'm supposed to have a link live, but there's so many moving parts. Be patient with me, y'all. We're going to do it. It's November 3rd. We got Mark in the house. You see the pedigree. There's no games happening. We're doing it. It's the technicalities in the back end of things that are getting sorted out. For me, I'm just really excited that we get to do it, and we get to do it together. So
we've been talking about doing something together for so long. So it's nice. Yeah. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so it's going to be good. Everybody's going to get in shape and hopefully get inspired, and then hopefully work on, because a lot of times even me, I'll get a client who wants to train and work out, and I will like, listen, I think your money is better suited for you working on your mental wellness. I don't think you have a physical problem. I think you have a mental eating pleasure thing that you might work on that might help you with your training. So if you have a limited budget too, this is going to be very helpful to you. It might give you some perspective on where you need to invest your wellness dollar. For you guys to be well, especially in the United States where it's a oppressive system, you have to spend more than a normal person would to be well because the society is not working for you. The healthcare system's not working for you. So you got to be invested. And we're going to talk about a lot of those things honestly, and I'm looking forward to getting into those discussions because the reason we did this live is because our phone conversation was so good, right? We were like, oh, we should we should go live with this. So that's how they end up.
And it's just so deep. I just called them randomly to just, chat them up. And then, it was the same day that D'Angelo passed. And I think you thought I was calling because your phone was blowing up. You're like, oh, God. But I'm like, no. And we were just, talked health and wellness, and it's like, let's do this. Let's make this happen. So I'm really excited. I'm grateful to have you. You are a legend. You are a living legend, and just the fact that you've had the heart to share so much, and from a beautiful place, and that you were able to take yourself and love yourself and transform yourself. Those are the people that I want to teach me. Right? There's people who are teaching who clearly have not crossed the bridge, but you have clearly crossed the bridge and have soared. So if there's anyone who I want to really sit at the feet of, because it's not just about training. I think that we've gotten out of the mindset of understanding people as whole beings and teachers as whole beings. I've had the pleasure of sitting at many master teachers' feet.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
It's an art, and there's a way that you do it. There's the way to share that gratitude and how honored you are, and I am honored to be able to share you with the community that will sign up for this class and maybe viewing this right now because you have paid the dues. You've paid your own dues. You've given. You've shared. You've done it. And with the greatest, and with a beautiful heart. That's the main thing that I'm really loving so much is that there's so much heart present, so much love present. So thank you for that. Thank you for that offering to the world because what you've done has rippled out. It inspired that Untitled album. You know how many people that inspired to
So many people. D'Angelo, I think Rolling Stone, top 10 tours voodoo of all time. I think he's after the Rolling Stones or Mick Jagger or something like that. We really made history. It was something. There's been a couple of high points like that. And it's interesting because a lot of times on the journey you get discouraged. I get discouraged like everybody else. Oh, I'm not making the impact I want to. But every now and then something will happen that'll boost you back up. And it was the 25th anniversary of hip hop. I was living in the Netherlands at the time. So Men's Health called me up to interview me on that the anniversary of hip hop. I think it was 50-year anniversary or whatever. So they called me up and they were like, "Yo, did you know that when you ran the marathon with Diddy, Black Men's Health improved by 35% based on," because they had the stats, and I was like, "Oh, holy shit!" They had all these stats that I wasn't even aware of. But it's terms like that. You say, "Wow, you really made an impact." So yeah, and that's what I love to see. Like my favorite thing is to see people who I've trained in shape 20 years later, and I haven't seen them. That's what I like. Yeah, they really changed their lives and embraced it. That's when I feel like I succeeded. I taught them something that they no longer dependent on me. That's the best part.
Absolutely.
That's the best part. Yep.
Absolutely. I love that. You've poured into them in a way that's sustaining,
But I can't cook though. I need to learn how to cook.
Well, come on. I got you, Mark.
My cooking is yeah. My cooking is terrible. That I missed out on in all my travels. experience. But I think that keeps me lean too, because my food is really bad. I don't overeat that shit for sure. My food is really bad. Yeah.
It's bad.
All I can do is breakfast. I got breakfast.
Oh my God.
But I would never cook it in front of you. I would never cook it in front of you.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
you don't have to worry. Yeah. I would never do that. I would never
Some
do that.
classes. Let's do some classes.
Yeah, I need some cooking classes.
You
Give me
actually
some stuff.
need to tune into the cooking classes that I'm going to do on the 21-day journey so that you can.
Yeah. I need to tune in. I need to get my cooking game up. Admittedly, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I need to work on that. I need training for sure.
Yes, let's go. Listen, hopefully you can come to Miami for our Basel. We're doing a healing house here, which I'm so excited about. The promo for that's going to be coming out. Of course, I'm going to share it with you prior to, because I'd love for you to activate in the space. We'll talk more about it.
We'll talk for sure.
Everybody.
So what are you doing? Are you living in the States now? You're here?
Well, I am here and also there.
Okay, I feel you.
Okay, that's right on. You know what I realized is that I need the balance of both. I need the balance of both. I need to be in my zen in the jungle, doing my thing, and just like in the river, in the ocean, and here is where I have more community.
Yeah.
And I love that for me. I'm having fun, and I'm working, and it's good. So yeah, I'm balancing both.
Got you.
And the States. At one point, I was just over the States. Because it is an interesting vibration.
Yeah, it is. I'm over it too. I just got back. I've been here for 10 months. The U.S. I was living in the Netherlands for the last 2 years.
I'm in Florida, so it's helpful. I was just in New York for like a month or two.
It's intense. It's intense here. Yeah, it's intense. It is.
Yeah, I love New York. I love New York.
Yeah, but it's intense every day. It's real. It's real here for sure.
Yeah.
So energetic wise, so I'm trying to skedaddle myself. I think I'm headed to Dubai.
I'm down for Art Basel. Let's pop it off. It's gonna be amazing. Truly.
What's the date on that? What's the date? Give the people a date.
So it's from December 1st through the 7th, and I'm partnering with my girl, Chef Nikki. Most of you know her as Dave Chappelle's chef. She's worked on many things. She's incredible, and so she and I are partnering, and we are just activating and giving people a really fun adult play. Active sound healing meditation. We got some DJs. I'm talking to some of the dopest DJs. Twilight Tone, who also is dropping a single. I've got some heat. I've got some people in my back pocket. We're doing it in a beautiful space in Coconut Grove. We're doing some front porch concerts. We have some dope musicians coming through that are going to be playing music and.
Nice. I'm gonna try to pull up. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to pull up. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not gonna hold you. I love you, Mark. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you incorporate wellness into your life. What somebody said, I used to reside in the Netherlands in Den Haag. Yeah, me too. I was in the Netherlands in Den Haag as well, Rotterdam and Amsterdam. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Thank you. I appreciate you, Lauren. And we'll see you soon in the masterclass.
Yeah, see you guys.